All right. I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. Let's see. I don't know. Am I live now? Am I live? Says I'm live. I think I'm live. Is this live? I think I'm live. Are we live? I don't know. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? I don't know. Is this live? I think I'm live. Are we live? I don't know. Like this? We're looking good like this? Are we live? I think we're live. Okay. Are we live? I don't know. All right. So I figured it all out. I'll wait till you guys join again. I'll wait till. Hey. All right, we're up and running. Y'all can hear me now, right? Yeah, I'm live. I'm live. What's up? Can y'all hear me now? That was a little bit of technical difficulty, and you know, like any good technician, we figured it out. You see, the thing is for the longest time I've only had to use this one, and it plugs up. But I have this other one, which you might hear me come in double, because I might need it for this is what I need it for the guitarra. Why? Because we just finished Norwegian Wood. Let me see. Can y'all hear this? Does it sound good? What if I go ba? Does that sound? Does it differentiate from the guitar and the voice? Because we did Norwegian Wood, and we're in the spirit of Raiko, we might if we get around to it, we might sing the song. Oh, it sounds good. Awesome, great. All right. Hey, Aminda's here. All right, cool. We're all here. Hey, Ma, ¿cómo estás? Um, hey, Alfredo's here. So my dad's here. My dad's here too. Uh, hey, Ma, hey, Pa. So cool. All right. How's everybody doing? How's y'all's weekend? Your 3 day weekend? Did y'all have a 3 day weekend? Did y'all celebrate Labor Day? Did you labor on Labor Day, or did you rest from labor on Labor Day? How was y'all's? I got to spend some time with the familia, and worked on a whole bunch of videos. I dropped some stuff. I'm gonna drop another one today, or after this. I gotta sit there and edit. Had a great time with the fam. Cool. Did anybody do anything extraordinary? Went away to Cape May, New Jersey. Is that like a beach or something? Did you go to the beach? Cape May. What is a cape? I don't even know. I mean, I know what a cape is, but I know there's like capes that mean something else. Yep, beach town. See, that's how you use context clues right there. Um, how was that? How was the beach? Was it hot? It's the East Coast, so I'm assuming it's already kind of cool over there. Y'all don't get too hot, do y'all? Oh, yeah, beach. Ooh, fun beach day. Yeah, that's awesome. I actually been wanting to take my kids to the beach, so that's pretty awesome that you were able to go. Just one day of hot weather. What's hot? What's hot? Because I'm interested to see what you think hot is. That's kind of interesting. Because we get up. I think the hottest day this summer was 107 degrees in Texas. That was like a. That's the hottest it got. There was a few days over. There was a lot of days over 100. Um, very interested to, but explored a lot. Whale watching, Victorian home tours. Cool. What is it like? Like famous people's homes or just like old homes? It's like, hey, this is what it used to be like back in the day, type of stuff. Was in the high 80s. That sounds like some good weather. I think right now today we were actually in like the 80s. I think it was only like 80 something, which was good because we got a lot of rain, so it's good. It should be cooling down. Old homes, no one famous. Okay, well that's cool. It's cool to see how people used to live back in the day. There was no. Did they have air conditioning? Probably not, right? Um, but you don't need it if it's only like 80 degrees outside. Yes, humidity is awful here. I bet. I bet at the beach it's which is freaking. But you were at the beach and you saw some whales, right? Or were you just wanting to watch the whales? Did you actually get to watch the whales, or were you just watching for them and they never made themselves known? Is that what happened? I'm wondering. I've never seen a whale. Um, no whales. Lots of dolphins. Dolphins turn out to be super scary. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it here, but dolphins are are bad are not bad, but they're mischievous and some are bad. Some I've heard some crazy shit with dolphins. Um, the heat broke here today. Hey, my house is 125 years old and falling apart. Uh-oh. What does it mean when the heat breaks? Does that mean that it's no longer hot? Like the streak is over? Is that what that means? Um, just wondering. Hey, so hey, maybe you live in a Victorian house. I know Victorians are a lot older than 125, but maybe that's what it feels like. Hey, so since you guys come to the channel and you guys watch, which is pretty freaking badass. Um, so as you guys know, we've done a yearly reactor con, BTS reactor con, with the Amp Theory, What You Got to Say, and John Reeves. Right? It's been 2 years now, 2 years in a row. Um, and so they wanted each of us to create our own um, BT21 um, character. And do y'all want to see the one I made? It's kind of like an exclusive thing. I don't even know if I should be showing people this. So, I mean, let me know if you want to see. If you don't, then we just get into the book. You say yes. Okay. So look. Ready? All right, we got two yeses. All right, I don't know if this is gonna be see through because I got a picture on the other side. But look, here it goes. You ready? You might be able to see the other side. I don't know if you can see the other side. Let me see. I'm delayed. So, but this is Pat the Flamingo. Let me see. Oh, you can kind of see it, but not really too much on the other side. But yeah, this is Pat the Flamingo. I made him. This was the first draft of Pat the Flamingo, but I figured he looks too mature here. So I wanted him to look more cutesy, so we got him right here. Yeah. Yeah, Flamingo. Y'all want to know the story behind Pat the Flamingo? So, okay, do y'all want to know the made-up lore? Like what the story I gave the character? Or do y'all want to know the real story behind Pat the Flamingo? I'll tell y'all both. But what story do you want to start off with first? Because there is an actual story behind Pat the Flamingo. Both. Yeah. Well, which one should I say first though? I was already gonna do both. Pat's story, the fake one or the real one? I guess that should be the question. Somebody just got here. The real question is, do you want the fake one? All right, the fake one. Okay, the fake one is that he's a flamingo from Jupiter, right? Who has left Jupiter and is exploring the galaxy for the meaning of life. So that's the fake one. The real story is that like back in the day when I was in like high school, I think I was like sophomore or junior, we went to this party. It was like the first party that I ever went to as a high school person. So I was like lame and a loser, and it was like a pool party, and like I felt kind of awkward, and so they had like these inflatable flamingos, and so I just grabbed one, and I was like, "Oh, this is my friend, the flamingo," and they're like, "What's his name?" And I go, "Pat," and so then I had Pat the flamingo. But his name was Pat, so I carried him around the party or whatever, right? So I took him home. They let me have him, and then when I was again, I was like, I was pretty young, like 15, 16. I had to create my first email, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I looked up, and it's like, oh, Pat the Flamingo. So I did Pat the Flamingo, and that's the real story. So I've actually done a lot of stuff under Pat the Flamingo. You might find some stuff out there. That's another. That's another. Some more lore. You might be able to find some stuff on the internet for Pat the Flamingo, but maybe not. But yeah, that's the fake and the real story of Pat the Flamingo. So that's a little BT21 character I made. So enough enough talking. It's time for us to start book clubbing. He's pink and blue. No, I mean blue. Yeah, the blue was just the pin that I. But now that you mention it, he should be like pink and purple, right? Pink and purplish, pink and blue. Yeah, but he's from Jupiter. He's not a Martian. He's a Jupiterite or whatever. The book though, Norwegian Wood. I got so into the end of this book that I finished it like a few days ago. Whenever I told y'all. Um, all right, I want y'all to start clicking clacking, right, on what the last third and ending of the book, your initial reactions. Again, I'll start with mine because I know we're delayed, but I I okay, if I had to sum up what I felt about this book, I felt like this book took a part of me. Does that make any sense? Like I know I probably said this with every book that we've read, but I've never read anything like this before. Like it was so hard for me to get into the book. Like I felt like it was hard for me to like picture the things I was reading to really get the pace of the book. Um, Pat the Jupiterian Flamingo. Yep, that actually sounds pretty. Yeah, that sounds cool as fuck. Um, Sadness but hope for his future someday. Did you feel hope? Uh, well, that's your yeah. Okay, so yeah. Validation. I don't want to make you feel. Yeah, I don't want. That's your take on it. I don't. I don't know if I got hope. I guess that's the right way to say it. I don't know if I got hope. Ah, so again, I wanna let some of y'all's comments come in, but the part of the book, okay, with Midori, hopefully, right? Remember last time when I was talking, it kind of seemed like there was I said something about along the lines of like kind of felt like two relationships spawning and who you go back and forth. But so this is the part. So I don't know. Again, since the beginning of the book was so hard for me to get into, I don't even know if they made um if they what is it, if they gave any mention of the fact that Naoko was gonna die. I kind of feel like maybe they did and I just forgot it. But yo, when he finally like realizes his love for Midori, right? When he finally like, it's just like, wow, I love this girl and I need her in my life, right? I really felt like everything, like I was like, what? What's going on? Oh my God. Like I really had legit feelings invested in it. And I was like, what, whoa, what? And then when the in the next chapter, it starts off with uh something about Nyoko's death. or like that's the last time I spoke to her, like before Nyoko's death. I was so excited into getting into that chapter to see what was gonna happen with Midori and Toru, and then all of a sudden that happened, and I just was not waiting for it, and like legit, my heart sunk. It was yeah, yeah, and then it's like because it's like the story was kind of going like this, and the drop was such a huge drop. It's like he threw everything away, right? Amina, you said I didn't want him with Naoko, thought she would bring him down. Yes, yeah, yes, and I'll say something to that here in a minute. Lynn, you said he really dropped it on us. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so to Amina, what you said, I started feeling like that because it's like I just kind of started feeling like she was never going to recover, especially like once the first time that he went to the place where she was getting better. When that happened, I was like, wow, this person's really broken, you know, with her sister and with her boyfriend. Not just any boyfriend. It was like somebody she like legit grew up with. I was like, I don't know if this girl's ever gonna get better. And then when the letters started coming from Ryoko or Raiko or however you say your name, when the letters started coming in and she kept getting worse, I was like, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. And I kind of I wanted it to work out, right? And I thought Midori was cool too, but at the time I was, just yeah, more Naoko. And then it just made so much sense. Like their Midori's and Toru's relationship got so like playful and just fun, and it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like in all her parts, like it was all kind of funny, and she was real quirky, and it kind of lightened up the mood, even for me, the reader. That it's like, yeah, you're right. Like I really felt like Naoko was a drag, and Midori was lifting him up. Um, Yes, and then when you said he really dropped it, yeah, like again, I felt like legit a drop, like because I was on such a high reading that part where like the love of like and it was such a pure love because it wasn't even like they were messing around. In a book that had a lot of like sexual scenes, they didn't really have that, and so it's like you have this like kind of pure thing going on, and then it drops us on us. And then Lynn, you said it's like he thought he could fix her, that he would be enough, but it doesn't work that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And and maybe not even a thought that he can fix her, maybe just a thought that she was fixable, that it like there was something on the other side. And maybe because I think there was something on the other side for him on his friend's death, like Kazuki like dying. It's like there was a point in the book where he's like, I choose to live. I'm choosing to live. He even like was addressing Kazuki when he said that. It's like, I'm not like you. I'm choosing life. And so, you know, I think that he thought that she would be able to go through that too, and she didn't. And then Amina said his life was on hold with her. Yeah, yeah, and it's like I get that infatuation, I get that love. Sometimes you just are stuck with somebody, but yeah, it definitely wasn't getting anywhere. It definitely felt like we were spinning our wheels with her, right? And then Lynn, you said friends first with Midori, best that way. Yeah, yeah, like it definitely was like they were friends, and which is even more like when he left, when he was like heartbroken at Naoko's death. Like I get it, I get it. I'm not trying to be hard, like I get it, but I did get upset because I felt like Midori had really good intentions with him, and I knew he had good intentions with her too. Like obviously he he saw how much he loved her and all that stuff, but he dropped the ball, and that really pissed me off because it's like he took away our happy ending, right? Which I think is a big part of how great that book was. Amina, you said, do you think she felt pressured when he mentioned her living with him? Yeah, yeah. I mean, some type of pressure, right? Because it's like, I don't know. And now that you mention it, because I never thought if she felt pressured, but now that you mention it and I'm thinking back about it, what if, what if, yes, she did feel pressure, and because she might have, I do think she had good intentions and good feelings for him, but maybe because she wanted to be with him so bad, it kind of spiraled her out of control. That pressure of, hey, come live with me, come move forward, we could be happy. Maybe that was the pressure that she didn't need at that time. Um, and then Lynn, you said I think she did, which I think you're talking about Amina about the pressure. Um, and then Amina, you said, how do you think he ended up with Midori? I don't know. I don't know. And I think that's why I say like I felt like this book took something from me because when I was done reading it, I felt like a part of like a story didn't like I had no what's the word for it? Closure. I as a reader had no closure. I couldn't tell you because Midori was already like, you know, she spent time away from him. She was mad at him for moving, and then she was mad at him for not noticing. If she got mad at him for not noticing her hair after not seeing him for 3 weeks, imagine him just picking up and taking off, and then her him not having relationships with her because he's stuck over some girl, but then all of a sudden he does have a relationship with some older lady before he even like got, so you left and you couldn't do it with me because you were talking about this girl, and then but you were able to do it with this older lady before you, like, it's like I feel like she would be really hurt, you know um Lynn, you said he was so devastated though, understandably. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, it's not to say that he, again, yeah, you can only judge so much, right? I think, like, as a reader, you're just like, because obviously you're invested, you've just read this book, but, you cheer for these characters, and, I was cheering for all of them. I was cheering for Naoko. I was cheering for Toru. I was cheering for Midori, but at a certain point, everything started crumbling down, and, well, yeah, yeah. What do you guys think? So I liked. So Lynn, you said I like to think it worked out with Midori. She understands grief. Yeah, yeah, but she also handles it different. That's the thing too. It's like, okay, yeah, she could understand grief, but look at her attitude versus Toru and Naoku's. And again, different situations, but she definitely has a more like different attitude towards the grief. Um, Amina, you said, do you think Raiko told the truth about going away to become a teacher? I was afraid she was lying and just wanted to say goodbye to him and then commit suicide too. I never thought about that. I never thought about that, which is which is even more crazy. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Well, okay. What do you guys think happened with Stormtrooper? Because there was never any closure there too, and based on everything that was going on, you would be led to believe that he did the same thing too. Um, And so you say, Lynn says, I get that with Raiko, not romance, but comfort and trust. Intimacy for sure, but based on shared grief, missing the same person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, again, like he even said in the book, like when they started doing that, it was like as if it was like understood, like they didn't have to talk about it. So I see what you're saying. I just don't know if Midori is gonna see what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? um, and then let me see. Lynn, you said I believed her, wanting a fresh start. I saw it as courageous. Yeah, yeah, and I think like one thing that I was kind of like unsure about was the fact that she didn't want to go see her kid and her husband, which I think was right. You don't want to give them false hope. Fast car. You don't want to do all these things and maybe hurt the daughter even more, especially after reading Anna Karenina. There's, if you've read it, you'll get it. But I do want to say we have 8 people watching right now, which is the most this book club has ever had. Guys, if you don't know anything about what we're talking about a book, and I don't have it here right now. Norwegian Wood from Haruki Murakami on RM's uh, recommended reads, right? And that's what we're talking about. We get here every Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays at 9 Central Standard Time in the USA to read these books. We're about to start another book, so if you guys stay, you'll know what that book is. And then you can be part of this every Wednesday. You come, we just talk about the book. And look, we got Amina, we got Lynn, right? So it's been the 3 of us. My mom shows up every once in a while, and my dad show up every once in a while. They don't talk about the books, but they just say what's up. And look, you guys can talk about the books with us. You know, this last book, Norwegian Wood, was crazy. We've read 4 other books. So if you guys look at our catalog and want to read them and see what we've talked about, it's you know, it's there. Um, Thank you, Alfredo. Um, so yeah, okay. So now we're gonna have to we're gonna have to judge this book. We're gonna have to judge this book. 1, eh, worst book, don't like it. 10, this is the perfect book. Where are you guys with this book? We do have a library. Lynn says we have a library. We do have a library. It is freaking awesome. Hey, look, we got 10 people here. Hey, we're moving on up. Um, we're rating. Okay, Amina, you give Norwegian Wood a 7. Lynn, I'm gonna need your uh your 8. Okay, outstanding writing. Just didn't love everything about it. Yeah, give it 10 because I don't think the list. I I give it a 9. I give it a 9. But the reason I give it a 9 is because I was uncomfortable, I was hopeful, I was heartbroken. I legit almost started tearing up. Like, I was so consumed with this book, is the reason why I give it a 9. Is because it legit, I felt like I was in the places that this book was describing. When he described going out into the woods, like I felt like I was there. I felt like I saw it. I felt like when he had to leave, I felt like we were leaving. Like I didn't want to leave yet, you know? Um, Again, there was a lot of part of the book that like made me feel like uncomfortable, you know? Like while I was reading, I was like, wow, like ugh, you know? So, but at the end of the day, I felt like this book was an experience, and that's what I look for in a book, is to be able to be like consumed in it and be in the experience. I legit almost got 1,000,000 points. For what? You know what? I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give Amina 3 points for going to the beach. Lynn, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you 3 points for hanging out with your family on Labor Day. And then my mom and Alfredo will get 3 points each too. But I'll get four because I win. So hope you guys like that. How about that, huh? But yeah, yeah. Oh, and guys, if you're new, I do give out points that mean absolutely nothing. And no matter how many points you get, I'll win. And if you have more points than me, I'll make a reason to take points away from you so that I can win. So don't be invested, but kind of a little bit. Sounds sounds okay. So I think you're trying to say sounds like you should get more points because you read on vacation. Okay. All right, I'll give you I'll give you 2 points for reading, two more points for reading on vacation, and then I'll take away a point because you should be relaxing on vacation. um and then almost made you cry. Did you see my boys loved your setup there? I showed them. What do you mean? Did you see my boys loved your setup there? I showed them. What do you mean? I don't know if I know what you mean. Let me know. Um. So yeah, anything y'all want to say more about the book though before we finish up? Oh, and while you guys type anything else that you guys want to go for people that are watching, which you know what, now I'm kind of getting a little nervous, right? Because I really don't play music for anybody other than my family anymore. Oh, okay, awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it. If they're watching right now, I'm glad you guys like my setup. But okay, so let me know if y'all want to talk a little bit more about the book while I say, because usually we don't have this many people here on the lives, but this book is called Norwegian Wood, right? Which is an actual song from the Beatles. And in the book, Raiko sings. And so I figured, in the spirit of book club, right? Because I am a musician, that maybe I can play Norwegian Wood for you. And of course, because I had microphone issues and I thought this was going to be a lot easier, I didn't tune. So let me see about tuning. Oh man, tuning this guitar real quick. Let's go here. And then we'll announce our next book. So if you're new to the book club, you can join the next one. And don't worry, there's not a right answer in the book club. We all just kind of talk about how it made us feel and what we think about it, and okay. And I will let you guys know, right? I'm not the best singer. I try my hardest. Don't expect to hear me sing like freaking any of the guys, right? I'm gonna check y'all's comments here in a minute, but I gotta pull up the song. So I haven't memorized it. I should have practiced more than I did, but I didn't. Because of course, procrastination, time, all that stuff. So let's see. Of course, there's ads when I'm trying to sit here and get this stuff popping. But I'm gonna change some things because there's some lead parts that I didn't practice. So, but you know what? We're gonna do the best we can, right? I'm not gonna get a freaking record deal here for singing beautifully, right? Let me see what you guys are saying. Make sure there's no comments. Um, awesome, great. All right. Well, I'm happy you guys are happy about this. Let me see. I'm gonna There's gonna be a little test. I just want to see how everything sounds. Let me know how this sounds. That sound good? Let me see. I know you guys are a little delayed, so let me see. Do do. Sweet. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right. So let's see. All right. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian Wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. I'm sorry, I gotta move this. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. And I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, wait, and when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian Wood. Boom. Norwegian Wood. Only messed up a couple times. Not too bad, right? Hope you guys liked it. Let me see what you guys are saying. Great. Lighting the candle, right? Awesome. Did the two mic thing work? Did the guitar and the singing, was it all good? You should get a record contract and more practices. Appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I practiced it like just a couple times, a few times. So it was good. It wasn't that hard of a song. Again, the hardest part of the song was the little melody, the oh, I don't think y'all can hear it anymore. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's just sing the song in the spirit of book club, right? Because this should be fun, right? And this book had a song. I happen to be a musician. In the book, they they sang and had fun, and so well, I don't know if they had fun, but they sang, and so I thought it would be pretty cool to have that here in this book club. So I hope you guys liked it. We ain't getting no record contracts around here, but I think it was some fun to add to the book club, right? I'm gonna go back and see how that sounded. But guys, I hear my kids are starting to go to bed, and I'm in the room right next door. Oh, we have to announce the next book. So so I don't get the title wrong. The next book in this book club, if you want to join the book club, guys, real easy. The next one is gonna be Please Look After Mom by Kyung Suk Chin. And this one was recommended by Amina, right? But wasn't this one also part of RM's list? Another song that will make me cry. You want another song that'll make you cry, or this song makes you cry? But that is the book. So I actually my library had it in digital copy, so I have it, and I started reading it. And we have a chat on Instagram where we talk, right? And this is I've read the first 2 pages. It seems pretty interesting. If you want to join the book club, let me know. Put it in the comments, right? Yes, another RM pick. So this was another pick from RM. Um, this song makes, yeah, yeah, yeah. When I read the lyrics, it goes so well with the book too. It's crazy. Imagine what you could do if you could practice more. Correct, right? So hey, let's blow up this channel. Let's make this be my main gig, and maybe I could practice more, and then maybe I can tour with BTS, right? Nice to have you here, Alfredo. Yeah, it's really nice to have you here. Um, yeah, awesome guy. But guys, my kids are going to bed. My wife's gonna want me to be quiet. So I really appreciate y'all being here. Download the books. Everybody that was here, we're going to read chapters 1 and 2. Makes sense. It's only 400 pages. Do y'all not want to do half? We'll talk about it in the chat, or 1 to 2, whatever you guys want to do, right? But yeah, 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 yeah. I used to be in a band and we used to play down there. Yeah, but all right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for being here. This was awesome. Few technical issues in the beginning, but we got it taken care of. I will see you guys next Wednesday, and we'll talk in the chat, in the book club chat, about how many chapters we're gonna read. But 1 or 2 sounds good. Thank you guys. Love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.